Hey friends, it's Dr. Audra. I'm a board certified psychiatrist and lifestyle medicine physician, and I wanted to talk to you today about how to tame your sweet tooth. I love cupcakes like nobody else. That is one of my favorite foods. If I were on a desert island, put me there with some cupcakes and I would be golden. But of course, that's not the thing that you want to eat all day, every day. So I wanted to share some tips with you, how you can curb your sweet tooth, where you can still enjoy some things, but also control those cravings. The first thing is when you get something, I would suggest sharing. I know, I want to try a lot of new things and a lot of new desserts. And so if I go somewhere to my favorite bakery, I want to try 3 or 4 flavors, I will buy with the intention of maybe giving one to somebody else, or I'll even try to make sure I go with other people and make an event of trying these different desserts. Now, does it always happen that I share when I buy them? Maybe not, but the intention is there. And I have found that when I try to make it an event, that we're sitting down, we're trying different cakes, I'm eating less because we're taking just one bite out of one piece of cake and trying different flavors instead of me having the whole thing by myself and having that option to eat everything. My second tip, what to do when you have sweets in your house, because a lot of it is access. Put it in a place where you're not going to see it all the time. You can have it there for when you're hungry, when you want to treat yourself, you have guests coming over, but don't have it at the forefront of your vision, at the front of your pantry, in the front of your refrigerator, in your desk, because you'll be more likely to eat it if it's right there and you're able to get to it more easily. So what do I do when I come home with maybe a dozen cupcakes? I actually freeze them. You would be surprised how well cupcakes freeze, and then they thaw in about 15 minutes. If I do want to have it, it's like, all right, I'm gonna have my favorite cupcake today, my lavender Earl Grey from Georgetown cupcake or something else, and I can take it out, I can thaw it in the time, make my tea, and that's enough to satisfy my craving. But then I'm not tempted to kind of keep eating more and more and more. The taste is still there. So I have found that to be really, really helpful. The third thing I would say, think about what is the healthiest sweet thing that I could eat. So I might be craving Twix, but maybe I should eat a raisin, okay? They're nice, they're sweet, they're still fruits. Raisins are usually my food of choice, or in the evening, I might have an apple, eat it with a slice of cheese, something that has a little bit of sweetness, but it's a healthy sweet that's going to also provide me with nutrients that my body needs. The next thing I would say, try to eat smaller amounts. And I do that by buying smaller pieces. That's one reason why I love cupcakes, because at least it is one serving, as opposed to if I buy a cake, getting small pieces of Twix. I love Twix, it's my favorite candy, but if I buy a large bar, I'm probably gonna eat it. So I have a small little Twix bar for when I have that craving. Or my newest thing are these caramels, absolutely delicious, but 1 or even 2 of these is enough to satisfy my sweet tooth for the evening. So trying to control it. Another thing I would say is also to think of, is my body craving a nutrient? Sometimes when you're craving sweets, your body could be really craving water or salt. And so try drinking something else. Try drinking a cup of tea. I'll have tea, I drink that all the time, all day. Think about, maybe my body is craving salt because your body needs that hydration. So just trying to really assess where your body is, what your body needs. The other thing I would say to do is to set a limit for yourself. I'm gonna have dessert 3 times a week, or I'm going to have dessert on these specific days of the week, like the weekend, like Saturday or Sunday. I can eat whatever I want, how much I want, But when I get back to the weekdays, I'm gonna eat more healthy, more disciplined, plan out my meals. But on the weekends, when I'm out with family, I want to eat with brunch. I want to celebrate with people. You're going to parties, whatever, restaurants. You don't want to have to worry about things and be too dogmatic and stressed out about it. So that's another way that I set a limit. The last thing I would say is to get rest. I'm gonna always talk about rest because that is how our body resets itself. When you stay up and you're tired, your body is trying to produce energy to keep you awake. The most readily available form of energy for your body is glucose. When you are tired, sleepy, and you're trying to stay awake, you're craving sugar because your body is trying to get that energy. It's an easy form of energy for the body to use, and you're gonna crave that. So I've noticed if I go to bed late, if I stayed up past my bedtime, I'm starting to crave candies even more, sweeter things even more, as opposed to if I stuck to my regular bedtime. I do overnight shifts, and sometimes, I do have to stay up all night. And what do I do in those cases? I actually do look for sweet things to help me get more energy more easily to help me stay awake. But I don't want that to be a habit all day, every day. I try to get to sleep at a regular time as much as I can, and that helps me not to overeat or crave sweets as much. Those are a couple of my tips for trying to help curb and control my sweet cravings. I love my sweets. I will always love my sweets. Again, everything in moderation. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about as well. And I hope that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you later. Bye.